one. Good evening, Adam.
Good day.
Good day. Your microphone is a bit. Fantastic. Awesome. So, good afternoon, good morning, good everybody. Good everybody.
Good everybody.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. And curious chipmunks of the domain world, you have one of the best domain name professionals, domain name investors, Adam Dicker, Toronto, Canada. And today we'll be reviewing a domain portfolio of a new domainer who has started investing into domain names after watching and listening Adam. It seems so. And he has submitted his whole portfolio of 70 domain names. And then, of course, there will be your questions and answers. So, Adam, how do you feel today?
I feel good. I hope the user didn't buy them after just listening to one show, but I guess we'll see by the names. I feel great. All good. I was just telling you before the video, it's sunny out here. It's not warm by Florida standards or the Bahamas standards, but it's +7. So that's about 45 degrees for us. That's a good start to the end of winter, basically.
And you've got this nice shine of light in your face.
I do.
Oh, I kind of love sun as well. When it hits you in the face, it feels so good.
Well, my favorite seasons are probably fall and spring. I mean, they're not too hot and they're not too cold. And they're up here, we get a good change of seasons, not like Arizona or somewhere where it's always hot. When I was working in Arizona for GoDaddy, people used to tell me they used to put ice cubes in their pools to keep it cool so it wouldn't overheat. And I'm like, really? We don't have that problem up here.
What are the summers?
Summers here are 90, that's 30.
19 Fahrenheit, yes.
Yeah, maybe about 32, 35. It depends on the humidity, but it's hot, 32, 35.
That's hot.
Yeah, it's very warm. It's not, I know people think it's iced and igloos up here all the time, but no, that's not the case.
So you've got the same temperatures as here in the UK, just with the sun. We haven't got the sun.
Yeah, and maybe different lengths of seasons, that's all.
Yeah, but usually winters in the UK are awesome, brilliant. So good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Oisakov. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, he was the one who just asked me if we were going live today. So I sent him a personal message in Facebook saying, yep, just a time change put us off an hour, that's all.
Here is the man who is the most worried probably. Tonight, he's worried and you might be destroyed or maybe not.
Is this our portfolio guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Freeman's portfolio is coming up very, very soon. And good evening. So, Adam, shall we jump in then?
Yeah, first a couple quick notes though.
Yes.
I did get a message from the gentleman who bought eMentions. I got an email from him. He's definitely a user. And his email to me that he was very surprised, very happy, and excited to get the name. And then there was somebody else who posted in the Facebook group that we have that they got 6 of the names from last week. I saw that.
Wow. Okay.
And then I posted a whole list of names that are dropping today in the Facebook group as well. And some of them, we can review some of them afterwards, but I thought some of them were quite good. I think it was like book writers or book authors. There was a bunch of them that were, I thought, pretty decent names. So, there was published novel and published novels dropping today. Planning wills.
Okay.
Rescue skills, I thought is good. Rent vacuum. And the number one was stomach workout. So that was a big one. So there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Okay. Let me quickly find a link to the group and then I will. Or
do you want me to share something?
Yes, maybe if you could share the.
Yeah, I'll just share it for a second, and then we can get back to the
art of the name.
Yes. And
I've got it.
Okay.
So here's the group.
Sharing.
Adam is talking, and you are most welcome to join. The joining fee is only $100 a week.
No, it's not. But I can tell you that
more?
No, it's nothing if you watch this show. And we are posting good lists of drop names there, some geos that you can turn into sites and flip quickly, as well as other names that I think are better for investment purposes. I can tell you that those drop lists will always be free to group members, but they will soon be available on Adam Dicker to the general public for a fee per month or something like that. But you guys will always get them free. One thing I can tell you is that there are some rules for joining the group. I have declined some people. So if they are not friends with somebody in the group, or they're not invited by somebody in the group, I'm not interested. If they haven't had a profile for a year, or they don't have a profile picture, or they don't know somebody in the group, they're declined. I'm not looking for a large group. I'm just looking for a good group who wants to learn, wants to build their portfolio, make some money, and learn how to flip and sell domains. So, but I'm not looking for a huge group.
And if a person is not, if he hasn't got common friends with you, what they should do?
Well, I don't know how they're going to find out about the group if they haven't watched any of the videos, because I'm not advertising it. So they better watch the videos if they're going to find out about it. Period.
Okay. Or just write Adam and invite him.
Yeah, or talk to somebody who's in the group. Like I said, people are in the group can invite people. I mean, obviously, I can invite people, but right now it's a nice, tight little group, and we'll see who gets into it. I mean, I could send out the whole list to 800,000 DN forum members, but who needs all that garbage? I just want good people that are there for the right reasons, period.
Yes, please email the whole group link to this video.
Yeah, to your video, yes, but not to the whole Facebook group to sign up.
Why not?
Who needs them all? It's too much to moderate.
Okay, so and before we go on, we are almost there. Once again, for our new viewers, Adam Dicker is one of the most well-known global domain name investors. At the moment, he has more than 30,000 domain names. He's among top 5 most well-known global domain investors, and that should say everything. There are much more, including that Adam has been vice president at GoDaddy.
I think the top 4 retired anyway, so we'll never hear from them.
Top 4 retired.
Maybe, I think so.
No.
Well, they're working in the background. If there are 4 ahead of me, that's if there's 4 ahead of me, we'll say that they're maybe active and doing something.
I don't think that anybody is ahead of somebody there.
Yeah,
it's some great guys.
Probably just equal in knowledge. Once you have the knowledge, I guess you just have the knowledge.
And congratulations to Media Options for acquiring Wall.com.
Which name?
Wall. WALL.com.
Okay. What are they going to do with that?
Paint the wall.
It's good. Coloring web pages. I'm sure Drew has a good reason for acquiring it. He's a smart guy.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so let us roll in. Here we go. Bang. Okay. Is it easy for you to?
Yeah.
And let me remove these things. So there are 70 domain names. Adam has not seen them before. So, Adam, how would you analyze them?
So, I haven't seen them. So what I'm doing is going through just the columns like anybody else would in my head and picking out some that stand out for me.
And this is the owner. Yes.
So, Freeman, I'm going to go through and just pick out some that I really like, and then what I could do with them or what I would say. And then there's others that I'll need your input on. So we'll go through those. Anthony Case, I don't know if it's a name or not. I don't know what, so we'll leave that one. Antique Watch Dealers is good, although for me, watches, I gave up my watch when I got a clock on my cell phone. Augusta Tudor, Augusta's in Georgia, good name, should be easy to sell. Bakersfield Tudor, same thing. You are listening because you got the singular. It's easier to sell the singular on Tudor than Tudors.
Bang, good job.
Child Behavior Specialist, also good. Columbia Scuba, good. Cookie Reviews. If you're going to do a recipe or review site, it's probably good. That one's going to take more work than, say, a Bakersfield Tudor to sell. The Tudor domains, by the way, you should be able to sell for $2,500 to $3,000 easy. Crayon Paint, I would be careful in case Crayon is a trademark. Crumpets Bakery, if there's a bakery, you'd have to Google it. David McCartney, again, you'd have to look up the names and get a hold of anybody who could be interested.
Okay.
Daytona, Ohio Realty. Most people that live... Dayton, Ohio Realty. So most people that live in Dayton know it's in Ohio, so probably Dayton Realty would be better. But I'm glad you didn't get Realtor as a trademark because because it's highly aggressive. But realty, real estate, anything with date and real estate is good.
And yes, sorry, please carry on.
So going forward, I wouldn't put the state in the middle of it. Derby Massage, great name, easily sellable. Design Costumes, also a good name. Discount Candy Store, a good name for a business. Definitely you want to find a business that's there and offering that. Easy Southern Recipes. Again, cooking sites are a little bit tougher. It's still a good name because it's Southern Recipes, but I think you've given us to us on a show previously to look up. Editorial Planner, good name. Epnar, I don't know what it means, but it's a good sort of pronounceable, brandable. Essex Cafe, good name.
Yes.
Ewalls, again, a good brandable, 5-letter. Farming Cryptocurrency, very good name. What you have to do is get into, on Farming Cryptocurrency, start adding things like a list of all the airdrops and a list of all the tokens that people can get by joining this or joining that. They're doing them all over Telegram right now, but if there's just one site that actually had all of the listings and they were legitimate, not like the crypto groups on Facebook where every time people just spam you their affiliate links. We really need a good site or something where people can find out where to get good cryptocurrencies, either to farm them or to get airdrops and things like that. So that's good. Fasting from food. It's a good one. But I think people know if you fast, it's probably from food. So it may be interesting, but I'm not sure about that one. Florida Food Festival, if there is one, great name. Gazette Reporter. It's got to be a good name. It's probably a newspaper. I think I looked it up earlier. It was a newspaper just by accident, not knowing it was on the list. Grooming gloves. Maybe good for groomers or vets or something like that. A brand of gloves. Not sure. Headband light. Again, something you could put on a headband, or it's a headband that comes with a light. Hiking Australia, a really good name. Lots of people want to go to Australia and go on hiking trips. It's definitely a brandable. Hologram lights, interesting. Horrific books. I'm not sure that would be a book club most people would want to join. Oh, look, it's horrific books, but it's cute. Stuff like that actually does sell, and I've sold a lot of weird ones like that where they have these adjectives in front of nouns, and you'd be surprised what people buy. Hummus spread is good. Idaho Mobile Homes. I don't want to make fun of the people in Idaho, but probably Mobile Homes with that one is a good one. Interracial Models. Now, that's an excellent name. That's a really good name for a listing for models, and you can charge models to appear on that site. I have a friend who does a model site, and it makes a lot of money. They pay you to be listed, and it could be like $10, $20 a year for something like that, but you get a lot of people that want to be models in there. James Rand could be something else. Kazoro, that's a good pronounceable. Lebanon Maids. I don't know if that's popular in Lebanon, but I'm sure it's Lebanon housekeepers, maids, anything like that is good. Lexington Deli. Good name, but a delicatessen is, I'm not sure how many there are, much of an audience. Again, this name was submitted earlier in the show. It's amazing how I remember what they put up on the board. Lower back braces. This one is also submitted. Good name. It's a good product, but again, it's a very specific thing. So it's not all about braces and seniors, specifically lower back braces. Mack Truck we talked about could be a trademark. We've seen this one submitted before. Main Antique Mall, Main Antique Shop, Main Antique Store. Obviously, those are for the state of Maine. Maine Auctioneer, same thing. The Auctioneer one, it's going to be a limited group. You can sell that one too. Same with the Antique Store Shop and Mall. Take a look at those. Marine biology course. That was George Costanza on Seinfeld pretended to be a marine biologist. So I'm sure you can find something, maybe an affiliate link to a course. Matthew McGuire, probably a person. Michael Summers, probably a person. Mini Cake Pans, also been submitted before. Not a bad domain name, but again, specific for mini cake pans. Montana Mobile Homes, another good one for that. Nail Design Art, that's also good. Again, that's a business in itself because people sell either stickers or something for nail designs or things like that. New York Mobile Homes is fine. I prefer the Montana and the Idaho one. Although New York has a bigger population, I don't know what the size of their mobile home population is. Notification list, I said I liked it on the last show. I use like internet alerts for that, and I love it. You see how good my memory is? I mean, I remember all the ones that he's given me already in previous shows. Patio Pavilion. Cool brandable. I'm not sure what I would do with it. Patrick Clinton, another name. Perth Tattoo, a really good domain name. Tattoos.com just sold in the recent right of the dot auction. It was one of those three names that sold for huge. Another good memory moment. So Perth Tattoo is really good. It's the perfect
Yes.
name for a tattoo shop in Perth. So there's lots of places you can go with that. Poker Game Casino. Didn't like it last time. Don't like it this time. Pretty Blouses. It's a good name for a store that just sells blouses. Print and fax. I'm not sure that happens too much, maybe for legal documents. So you'd have to specialize in either real estate or legal documents because most people just email and they don't print and they don't fax. Radiation filter, again, really specific, really old stuff. That would be a good place for your antique stuff. So I'm tending to see you like a lot of antique stuff.
That is a cool brandable, yes.
It's a cool brandable.
Really old stuff.
It's a good place for people to submit things that they find, almost like that channel where people submit antiques and they find out they're worth like $50,000 or $10,000 and they think it's just junk. So that could be a good thing for that, but that's a lot of work. Honestly, I think you're better off selling names like Bakersfield, Tudor, and things like that, because really old stuff is some of these you got to build a business on, and they're not easy, quick flips. Really old stuff won't be a quick flip. Reggae drums, reggae drums. That one's okay. Again, there's a lot of people into reggae. Renew membership. Now, this could be a really good site, a really good one if you set it up to renew memberships for every type of site or service out there possible and made it easy for all of those companies to link in here just to do their renewals and you do all the processes and pay them. This is a huge winner. That's how I see that one. Resume listing. Could be anything. Could be a place that helps rewrite resumes. I like that one. Could be a place for like a job board where everybody just posts their resumes. Anybody's interested goes and looks for some of the features. Secure holster. Obviously, that's something that's good for gun holders. Skylight glass. Interesting name. Some people need to have their skylights changed or cleaned. So there's that. Promo codes are always good. A friend of mine used to run. She got in a business starting a promo code company and she's done well with it. She doesn't do it much now, but promo codes are always good. People always look for codes in Google codes before they get on the net.
Yes.
Sublime stickers. Again, I'm not sure the Sublime goes with stickers, so we'll leave that one. Sweet and sour mix. Could be good, but I'm not sure how you're going to flip it fast. Tedeschi sounds like a name.
Wow, beautiful.
Takeout food delivery. Good name. Obviously now is the time when you want to do it, when everything's shut down. You want to set up a directory, and I think I said this before, but I'd put things like cities like Miami.takeout food delivery, Boston.takeout food delivery, build up a list of all the companies from all of the different cities that are still offering takeout food delivery during the pandemic. And I charge people $10 just to be on the list and say, hey, I'm trying to help out local businesses. If you want to get your name on the list, I just doing this to do that. Television converter. I don't think it's called a converter in Canada anymore. It's just a remote. So I'm not sure that one. It may have some use, but I'm not sure. Again, you'd have to sell different types of remotes or converters. Tennis racket reviews. Review sites are like Amazon sites. You'd have to post like 5 or 6 different rackets, get them all reviewed with Amazon, and then they'd push them towards which one they want to sell. Utah Tutors is good, but I had this conversation with somebody the other day, and we've reviewed this one as well. There's a difference between being a Utah tutor, which is a big state, and being a Salt Lake City tutor, which is a city in Utah. So there's Provo, Utah, Salt Lake, Utah. They're like hundreds of miles apart, and you wouldn't want to hire like a tutor that's in the complete different end unless it was online. Vermont Mobile Homes, good. Virtual gaming online, good. I'm not sure you need the online because it's already virtual, so that's okay. Water tank filter. Good name. You can sell filters there. Wiper blade reviews. It's very much similar to the other review site where you talked about tennis rackets. Wiper blades, though, are a lot cheaper than tennis rackets. So if you're going to do a review site, you want to do it with a more expensive product than a wiper blade that's like $10. Wood carving blocks. Again, they could be good, could be unique. They could be customized for like a last name or something that you want to do. Wyoming mobile homes, also good, but you got to find somebody, again, in Wyoming that sells mobile homes. And it's very different. Remember, somebody who's looking for one mobile home will Google Wyoming mobile home. They won't look for 2. So this is somebody who owns a business like the other ones in Idaho or Wyoming that sells mobile homes, plural. Wyoming snowmobiling. Again, it's a good thing, but again, somebody's going to have a business that's about snowmobiling.
Okay, awesome. So we have some new viewers joining in. Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Somewhere there is 27 degrees Celsius. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
not here. Oh,
Definitely.
so let's say Florida, FL.
FL, probably Florida, yes.
Hmm.
Oh, God.
He's
Okay.
on the same time as me because it probably is Florida.
Yes. And he's saying that most of the domains are on Gene's name snagger list.
Okay.
Okay, and okay, here's a and good evening, gentlemen. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yes.
Yes. Now I tried to find a green shirt, but I don't. I realized in my whole closet I don't have a green shirt, so I feel bad about it. But
Okay, and the boxer says, "Let them all expire."
yeah, I don't know if that would be the approach I would take. I think that there's a lot that there's some that I would grab and some that I would register, but then there's other ones on the list that I wouldn't. A Perth tattoo, though. I mean, depending on what you paid for the names, Perth tattoo is like there's a few that are really good ones. Perth tattoo is definitely one of them. Definitely, if you do something with Renew membership, I mean, you can contact any site that offers a membership and offer to take the burden of renewals and everything off of them. So there's a lot of really good ones. But then you've got stuff like David McCartney, who's a person, Crumpet's Bakery, which is a very narrow field. So some of them are harder to sell, but definitely Bakersfield Tutor. Some of those are much more sellable names.
So, and which ones would you drop?
All right, so if I'm going to go through the list, I would drop, and this is not having any background on anything about these names.
Of course.
But if I had to buy the whole list at once, I would look at it and say, is it worth it to buy them all? But if I had to, I'll tell you the ones I would keep. That's probably easier.
Yes.
Augusta Tutor, Bakersfield Tutor, Child Behavior Specialist. Now, you have to be careful with behavior because in the UK and Canada, it's spelled with IOUR.
Yes.
So you have to avoid words like that, but I'd still keep that one anyway. Columbia Scuba. Then I would skip down to Derby Massage. I'd keep. Design Costumes is okay. Preferred designer, but it's still good. Discount Candy Store I'd keep. Editorial Planner I'd keep. Essex Cafe. And then I'd scroll down to Gazette Reporter.
Would you skip on Epner?
Yeah, because it really doesn't have any meaning to me. It's a brandable, but I wouldn't go out and register something like that.
Okay.
Hiking Australia, I'd keep from that column. So those are the 5 I'd keep from there.
Okay.
I would keep Horrific Books just because it's funny, and I've sold names like that before. Hummus Spread, I wouldn't keep it because I wouldn't know how to sell it. Idaho Mobile Homes, Interracial Models, huge site, maybe the best one on the list. If it's spelled right, Interracial Models, I would definitely keep that one and build a big business off of that one. The Lebanon one I wouldn't keep. Lexington Deli I wouldn't keep. Lower Back Braces, I'd keep it, but I wouldn't know what to do with it. The antique ones I wouldn't keep. The Auctioneer I wouldn't keep. I would only keep on this. I'd keep all the mobile home ones I'd keep on this list, and I'd keep Notification List, and I would definitely keep Interracial Models and Perth Tattoo on this middle list. On the far list, I would keep Pretty Blouses. I'd keep really old stuff, but not sure what to do with it. Resume Listing, Renew Membership, Secure Holster I'd keep. And then I would have to go down to Takeout Food Delivery, keep that one. I'd keep Utah Tutors, but I know I'm going to have a hard time selling it because of location. It's like having UK tutors. I mean, it could be anywhere in the UK, and people aren't going to drive.
But still, Utah is a very special state. So we are talking about Mormons.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Are they going to be looking up on computers? I don't think so. They don't have lights.
Oh, come on. Oh, yes, and they haven't got electricity.
Yeah, no.
No. We apologize.
That's not. I don't think that's Mormon. So, by the way, I think that's something else.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Mormons actually have electricity, so I don't think you're right on that one. So I would keep
Helmut now. Yes,
I would keep Water Tank Filter, and then I'd keep the Wyoming Mobile Homes. I don't think I keep the snowmobiling. That one's a hard one to sell. So I would probably keep about 15 of these.
Okay, and then Freeman is asking, that much for tutor domains?
Oh yeah, for sure. because you're talking about, remember, you're looking at it as a domain, but for a tutor business, and I've sold some tutor domains, so I can tell you for sure, a business, don't forget, a business, if a company's going to start up a business and they want a brand and they're going to get, a lot of them will have stores or they'll have big websites that they spent money on because they don't know how to do themselves. They're definitely going to spend 2,000 plus on a domain name. And that should not be a really hard sell. Again, Utah will be harder because it's a whole state, but Augusta, probably not so much. There's a ton of tutors online. I mean, you just Google Augusta tutors and extract the whole list of all the search results. You got probably 100 or a couple hundred people and websites you can contact just from that.
So you would say $2,500 to $3,000.
Yeah, I wouldn't sell them for less than that, and I'd be able to get it.
And how would you find these buyers?
I would look through some of the tools that I showed last week, which was Lead Finder, Jack Cloud.
Yes.
I would search the city. So I do USA, Georgia, Augusta, and then look for tutors. And I know they're listed there. And I'd take that list and I'd start attacking it.
And can you share once again, your awesome plan? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the first thing.
The first thing I would do, if I had a domain, like let's say I bought that portfolio and I took a look at it, I would figure out which ones I would want to develop out into businesses and which ones I want to sell, and then which ones weren't worth anything. So I would take 2 or 3 that I wanted to develop out into businesses. Can you post the list again for a sec? It would be definitely, I would do interracial models for sure. I would do renew membership, and I would probably do notification list. Those 3 are the best 3 here on the list. Perth Tattoo is a sellable name. So again, I divide them in names I could build businesses on, and then I divide them into names that I would sell. And then, so I'll give you an example. I have 3 accounts at GoDaddy. One is called AMD Premiums, one is called AMD Keepers, and one is called AMD Sell. The AMD Premiums are names that I'm going to build out on. AMD Keepers are names that I think I have that are good that I can sell. And the AMD Sell or whatever it is just names that I think are trash that I may have bought by accident, or I just have no plans to do anything with. And if they sell, they sell. If not, they get dropped. And that's basically how I look at any list of domains. So going back to your question, I take the 3 here. I'd figure out a plan to build them out. In the meantime, I get all the other names listed on a sales, say 1 or 2 or 3 sales platforms. Another question I got today, emailed from one of our viewers, is if they put them on Sado and Afternic, where else should they put them? So I'd put them everywhere you can possibly put them and list them. All it does is give you another chance to get a link to come in. And I would definitely use a registrar that offers a sales network. In other words, with Hexanet, and I'm not pushing Hexanet because I own them, right? I have no ownership, but through Hexanet, I can opt into their sales program and automatically price the names in that account for Sado and for Afternic, and then they get posted on their sites and I don't have to do anything. Ideally, you want to get one, though, like GoDaddy, where you can sell it on GoDaddy because that's still the best eyeballs. So I'd get the ones listed for sale that I could, and I'd start to come up with those 3 names that we picked. I'd pick a business plan for one of them. Probably interracial models is the first one I'd start with, because interracial stuff right now is huge. And I think there's a ton of really beautiful people who are looking to model. And man, you could do that for every city, like small cities, big cities, and charge them $10 to get listed or $20 lifetime. You'll make a ton of money, more than you could imagine. I really like that name so much that I'm going to write it down for myself. And not specifically his name, but I may go after something else related to it. Yeah.
Here's the idea.
Yeah, I already have the internet alerts type site, but the interracial models, huge. It doesn't all have to be interracial either, by the way. They could be white, could be black, or could be mostly interracial, could be anything. The bottom line is you've got to, and what my friend does is he also puts up and allows them to set up a site where they can post not only their name and a picture of their pictures, but they can also set up their portfolios with custom links to their names. So it could be interracial models / Adam Dicker, although you wouldn't want to go there. I asked Alexa the other day, I asked my wife, how do I get Alexa to be quiet? And she said, why don't you try walking around the house naked? That'll get her quiet. So again, that's a joke, but again, you don't want to.
I just visualized it. So
yeah, no, don't do that, please. So again, please, I want to continue with the show. Again, so you could put interracialmodels.com / Adam Dicker or / I don't know, Vera Sanchez. I'm just making up names, and then they have pages of their own, so they don't even need websites. They can use your page as their website, and man, are you talking about a lot of money.
Or there are huge communities. There are webcam model communities. Huge. And I'm talking is niche good or not? That is a different thing. But there are several communities that are huge. Even like you would say strippers. There are like forums and communities of them being very, very active. And people actually, I do know this Israeli guy. I have met him several times, and he's making killing. And then
You
there
mean
is
he's killing the strippers? That's not
now,
good.
well, just on Sunday morning. It's just a quick drive, here and there.
No, I
So
think you can use it for, you're right. You can use it for video cams, use it for you want, but there's enough
yes,
people out there looking for modeling jobs.
yes,
They're
but
screwed
yes,
by agencies.
I wasn't talking about I wasn't talking about you should go into adult. I was just saying that there are definitely the communities that are built as communities, and now a user could look up. There is a software. There is a solution, Circle.so or SU Somalia SO Circle.so. You can build and you can have your own what are they called? What is Facebook?
Groups,
Social network,
pages.
social network.
Oh,
You can have your own social network with videos and with all like
well,
it will be hosted on this. You can go live in one day. Circle.so, and it starts something like £30 or something of maximum $50 a month.
listen, the guy just posted names for review. We can't have him creating social networks for everybody, but it
Uh,
could be a
in, in,
really
in,
good.
yeah, well, just to try it out. Interracial models, where the models can mingle with each other, share their opinions, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's also for them to be able to find jobs and submit portfolios
Yeah,
and resumes and things like that.
absolutely. And
Anyway,
where to find
you
them?
could be almost a Facebook for models, but in the same sense, you can offer them links where they can hit a button and they can send their page and their profile and their intro letter to a modeling agency or whatever. You can really build it out into anything you want. So it's a good name. I really like the name. It's I own. It's more up what you were talking about. For years, I've owned xxxmodels.com, but I haven't done anything with it. I don't.
Okay.
I just have it. I haven't done anything. But
Uh,
I think I like the interracial models better.
I do as well. And it just seems that Circle.so, if you got it moving, it would be awesome. And models always they need attention, and models will provide only beautiful content. Me as a webmaster, I love building the platforms where the users create content. Not
Well,
I have to create content or pay content writers or something like that. But
uh,
users do come in and post content.
it's
And
not only that though. It's everybody who ever wants to be a model whose parents told them they were beautiful and they think they're beautiful and they may be, and every male,
yes,
and it's male and female, and who knows, could be transgender, could be anything as far as models go. Anybody who wants to pay the $50 or $99 can be a model and get their own page with their features and stuff. But
yeah, of course.
and they, you know what, you can even give them little icons that they can post that says on their webpage, approved by interracial models, or visit my
Yes,
portfolio here. There's so much you can do. It's a huge
verification.
name.
Yeah. If you got it, if you get if he gets it moving.
Yeah, if he gets it moving,
Yeah.
that's always the hardest part,
Yes.
is where to start. So now we've given you where to start. Now you have to decide where to take it from there. But that would definitely be one of the names that I would grab and run with and work with on for him to go ahead and start with building a business while he's selling the rest of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. So somebody is here. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay, and we are thinking about Amish.
Amish, yes.
Amish.
Amishmodels.com. I mean, yeah, or whatever it is. But yeah, you're
Oh.
right. It was a no insult to Mormons or the Amish.
Oh, there's actually that TV series, Amish Mafia.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant. Like,
I haven't seen it.
no, it is funny, awesome. So there's so much heart in it, and yeah. So and Freeman is saying he stopped buying
Yeah.
hustle name domains.
Probably a good idea because they're going to be very hard to sell, and you've only got a few people with that same name. So, plus it's almost like you're trying to what was the word? what was the word we use for squatters? It's almost like you're squatting
Squatters, yes.
on their personal name, and even that, it's just very hard to sell. You've only got a few people that you can sell it to, and they may or may not know about domain names or care, or they may be 80 years old and really not care. Who knows?
Though Tadashi seems to be really good.
What does that mean? Just the last name?
Tadashi. I actually Googled it up, and so Tadashi is actually in Japan. They spell it a bit different. So they spell it Tedeschi.
But it could also mean something in
So
a different language
yes,
as well.
yes, and then it is made simpler by making it like this Tadashi. So and there are quite a lot of Tadashis online. So
well, I mean, you can certainly try. Somebody's going to want it. Yeah, I figured that because a lot of your names are based on antiques and antiquing, including the one that was like, I forget, it was something about old stuff. So there's definitely a sign that you're into antiquing. So for you, those names are where was that
really
other one?
old
It was
stuff.
on the right side.
Really old
stuff. So yeah, that was a big
brand.
giveaway. And then the other four were auctioneer, antique store, antique shop, antique mall. So obviously it's something you're passionate about. So it's something you're passionate about and you're selling them already, then it's great.
Yeah, I really love that one. Really old stuff.
I have a lot of stuff in my portfolio that I'm passionate about that people would look at and go, why does he have this? It doesn't make any sense. So
just the whole brand seems so complete, you know?
Yeah.
So friendly, nice, warm. Okay.
She would definitely be laughing. Yeah.
So what about the geo domains?
So for flipping and selling domains quickly, depending on the service you're in, those are probably the easiest to sell quickly. And then it really depends on what price. The price will also dictate how fast you can sell them or whether you turn them into a lead generation site. I think we talked about Franklin, and there's a whole list of cities that have more than one. And he's only talking about Augusta in Georgia and Maine in the U.S. We don't know if there's an Augusta in Italy or somewhere else. Who knows? I'm sure there is.
Okay. Wow, it looks like my video is freezing for some
reason. Your video is a little choppy.
Really? My apologies.
It's not choppy. It's just a little blurry for some reason.
Okay. I'll try to check it out. So last week I asked about 3-word domains. And
okay, we're going to see some.
Here is one. Here's one.
Boy, every week I sneeze on this show.
Bless you.
Thank you. Cryptographic technology.
Yes.
I think it's a good name. I don't know exactly 100% what it means, but I think the words go well together. I think it could mean graphs of how each coin is doing online. So I think it's pretty good. I think there's some potential with that. But again, you've got to start building or set up a WordPress crypto theme and have all your graphs on there, and I think it could be good. There's a few themes at ThemeForest that already have that. You basically just import the theme and it does everything for you. Themeforest.net, and then you'll be able to. But yeah, that would be. I mean, that's not a bad name. It's a decent name. Makes sense at least. And if there's any others, we'll see. I think we've lost Helmuts at the moment. Oh yeah, I mean, if you can think of a plan with that name. The great idea. I mean, interracial models. Great name. You're clear now.
Yes. Hopefully it will be better now. Let me see. Yes. Horrible video. There is nothing as horrible.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yes. Okay. Finally. My apologies. Okay. I was trying to search personal domain names, and I have a few hundred profiles that have few hundred profiles. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely a gray area, and it's not. I don't know if it's ethically wrong. It's it could be, but it's definitely. I would just say it's a gray area. You're trying to make a sale and you're trying to find things that people would be interested in, but I don't think that's the way to go.
Okay. Then he says that he looks at population.
Yeah, a lot of people
Which
do, and
yours?
population is only important to a certain point because there's going to be a barber in every one of those cities. There's going to be
Yes.
cleaners, home cleaners. There's going to be, unless it's a city of 10 people, a lot of the time that doesn't matter because you're going to have a real estate agent, you're going to have a plumber, you just need to be able to sell the value of that first person that you get on the phone, and then you don't have to worry how big the population is. But again, if it's in different cities, and you can find out other cities where one may have 1,000 people, another one may have 20 or 30 or 100,000, it's completely different. It changes the audience. But again, you only need that one person to believe in it. And again, you can look up before you even look at the city or buy the domain name. You can Google whatever it is. Like, let me think of something. Bozeman, Montana,
Yes.
a remote city in Montana, but it's a decent sized city. And you can look for Bozeman attorney, Bozeman plumber. I have a feeling child support is big there. So Bozeman divorce,
Okay.
Bozeman. There's a lot of things that are interesting there. My first web designer was from Bozeman, so that's the only way I
Oh,
would know the city. I wouldn't know
okay.
otherwise. This was back in 1990, late 90s, and I still remember her name. But it really depends. I wouldn't worry so much about the population. Definitely, when you're looking at geodomains, don't think about the CPC. It's not important. What you care about is if people are either advertising for it or there's a need for that service in that city and then somebody needs it. Like, you're going to find a landscaper in every city. You're going to find landscaper, a gardener, a vet, definitely a groomer, and a lot of people working out of their house as dog groomers that may or may not even have a website. You can build them a quick website free and then sell them the domain name. Quick lead gen site, and then sell them the domain name for even $500. You paid 10 for it. Who cares? Sell a few of those a week. You're making a lot of money. They don't all have to sell for $5,000-$6,000. You can sell them for 500, 300, 800, whatever you want, depending on what you feel comfortable with. And then the other thing I tell people is sell your first domain name low. Don't try to get the big prices. Try to get $300 for it or something. You're just trying to perfect your tactics, and then the price doesn't matter. Use the first few people to just try it out, see what works for you, how you feel comfortable in the conversation, and get a positive conversation going. The price doesn't matter. Once you get your conversation, your tactics down, it's easy to sell a domain, whether it's 100,000 or $70. But get your tactics right so you're comfortable and you don't sound like you're stuttering or thinking.
How much did you sell your first domain for?
I'm not sure this is a good example.
Oh,
I'd have to look it up because it was an escrow.com sale, one of them, and it was
yes.
actually to one of the most famous domainers in the world now, Kevin Ham.
Okay.
So he's a guy who owns all of the. He's a doctor, and he likes all the domains related to religion, like God and hell and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I, I don't even know what to tell you, but quite honestly,
Wow.
he bought a domain name for me, and I think I'll give you the normal one that I sold him. I sold him leukemia.com,
Leukemia.com.
and I
Okay.
sold him about 4 or 5 domains at the time. I'd have to look up the escrow transaction, but he was just starting out at the time. This was in early 2000 something. But yeah, I sold him leukemia.com, and there were a bunch of other ones, but I'd have to look them up. Oh,
And
actually,
what?
probably the first one I sold was Cineplex.ca to the movie chain when trademarks weren't really around, and I got a check for $20,000 or $25,000 plus 2 free movie passes for life. So
Oh God, are you still using them?
no,
Why?
I don't know. But I mean, nobody goes to movies these days; they're all shut down. But so
Yeah,
that's what I sold it for, and it was before trademarks were enforced. So I got some good free movies out of it, and they paid it instead of suing me because they didn't know to sue back then for domain names.
I still love cinema. How about you? Do you go to the
Oh,
cinema?
my favorite part is the buttered popcorn, which is why Alexa doesn't want me to run around naked. Because apparently they say that one thing of buttered popcorn is like eating, I
Okay.
don't know, 12 Big Macs or something like that. So, but I like the popcorn.
Sometimes I take kids to the cinema, and instead of buying popcorn and all that stuff over there,
Hmm.
we buy them in a shop. We put them in our backpack,
Yeah.
and I teach them how to be bad girls.
Yeah.
Don't
Soon they're going to
over
do that with alcohol when you're not around.
don't
So be careful what you teach them.
do not always comply.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to just to teach some.
And
Sometimes you need
sometimes
to
I
break
do the
some
opposite.
rules.
Some you do, but don't. Hopefully, they don't
Yes.
sneak alcohol in later. But sometimes what I do is, if I've got good TV on a night, I'll call
Okay.
Uber and have the popcorn delivered, and I'll watch it
Ooh,
with my wife. And it costs me
nice.
like $10, but I get a nice bag of buttered popcorn to watch a Netflix movie with. So all good.
Oh, maybe I should do that as well.
It's cheap and it's good.
I've never thought that. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
we should do that. Okay, so
I'll tell
now,
you, your family will love it, and you'll save a lot of money on movies.
oh, I will definitely do that. Thank you, Adam. So now we'll be jumping up to the second part, where there will be live questions and answers. So you ask your questions, we put them on the screen. There are already several domains being submitted. Adam will review them. And before that, there is a short video ad of HostMaria, shared cloud hosting for your websites. And then we are back.
Your smile lights up a room. There's not a single thing that I would change about you, 'cause you're perfect the way that God made you.
Yes, so we are back. Adam, how's your hb.ca, your hosting business going?
Yeah, it's going actually well, and I'll probably share now what topic we're going to do next week. What I want to do is take a domain. Well, first of all, we have the people that submitted their domains last
Okay.
week for the little contest. So later today, I'm going to post on the group, Facebook group, some of the names have been selected. And next week, I'd like to take one and build a site and go through the whole sales process as we start to build a site and how we email it out and who we contact and how we contact them. So we'll show you exactly how to reach out, what tools to use, who to reach out to based on the ones that you find, and who's most likely to be interested in your domain name, and what to email them, how to contact them.
Oh,
So we'll actually give you something you can use.
So we will take one domain submitted by a random person, probably in the group.
Yep.
Then we will develop it. You will develop it.
Yep.
And then
But we'll do it right here live. We'll build the lead generation site. We'll do everything live.
Wow. Okay. Very good. Let us do everything live. So we'll have 1 hour to put up a site and phone numbers and all that good stuff.
Yep. And then how we're going to set up a sales plan to go out and sell it. And then we're going to execute and report on the results the following week, and hopefully it's sold.
Next video.
We're going to look at how many possible buyers we have for the name on the show, and then I'm going to attack and see if we can sell it.
Wow.
And
That's
basically, then they can reproduce exactly what we show them or what we show them on the video next week, and they can do it with their own names over and over and over again. Something they can actually take away and use to help make money.
Okay, that's fantastic. So how's your hosting business going? We just took 2 new guys from Nepal, actually. Yeah.
So a couple questions. One, I noticed your commercial. First of all, that jingle always gets me. I always feel good about it. But are most of your customers English-speaking customers?
No. Quite a lot of them are English-speaking. Then we have quite a big crowd are from Asia, Bangladesh, India, and then we have Latin America as well.
Yeah, I was only asking because the commercials are in English,
Spanish.
so I didn't know if you had others. Maybe just because I only speak English, so who else is going to tune in and listen to me? Who knows?
Well, English is the international business language.
So I'll answer your question now. As far as the hosting business, it's good. But again, that's another show that I want to go on and show people how they can start to make money without even having a website, and just going after and creating sites for people, and then going out and being able to, like, my marketing for website management is excellent. Like, I mean, it's, I don't want to say it's excellent, but it's excellent. Like, if I read you one of the ads that I'm starting to run, you'll be like, oh, maybe he knows what he's talking about. Because it was that good. And it's basically don't have time to maintain your WordPress website to keep it fast and secure, thinking of migrating your website, let hb.ca take care of all the technical details for you and improve your performance within a week. And then I just give them some of the details of what we can do and a price and what's included. And it's short, but the response has been excellent. It's as good as the Facebook ads that I've been running. And these are because WordPress just released version 5.7 last week on March the 9th. And 99.9% of the world doesn't know it's out there, hasn't upgraded, and don't know what to do or don't know how to do it. So for me to charge them like $89, $99 a year to be able to manage their WordPress site and do all the updates, all the plugins, give them an SSL and everything else, they're thrilled. So we may do a show just on that, on how to get those kind of customers, because they flood in.
That would be interesting. And those about those webmasters who have heard of this WordPress update, and if you are used to WordPress updates, then this update is special, very, very special. Finally, like after years, WordPress has sorted out. So before, once you enabled HTTPS on your for your website, you needed also to add a plugin that forces HTTPS. Now it has been solved. Finally, and so even then it doesn't work 100%. Still, for some users, you will.
But
need
one
to,
of the things that I like about
it
it is I can go out to somebody like Joe, who's in Richmond Hill in the UK,
yes,
and I can say, Joe, there are 800 people in Richmond Hill within 50 miles of you who are running old versions of WordPress. Here's their names. Here's their sites. Here's their email addresses. Now make some phone calls and make some money, and you'll see how fast Joe will make money. And we can do that for everybody. So I can do them in every city in the States, in the UK, in every country, and I can give these lists to the listeners, and let's see who can actually sell the most WordPress updates in that time. Guarantee you they'll have some fun doing it, and they'll make some money.
absolutely.
If I could give you a list of who has WordPress, and I could tell you what version they're on. Some of them may be on 4.0, some may be on 5.1. They don't know how to do it. They may have, some of them do. They're just lazy. Others, they have a tech guy who's going to charge them $500 to come in and just do those stupid upgrades, when you can do it for $29 if you want and make some money. And all you do is go in and hit update plugin and make sure everything works. There's no plugin conflicts with their theme or anything.
Of course.
So it's easy money for you guys to make. So I would like to do a show on that as well, to show them, and I'll give them the lists. If they provide us with some of the cities ahead of time, I'll come to the show with the list ready, and we can give it to them and say, okay, here's how many people in Davenport, Connecticut, or wherever it is, who are running WordPress, that you can contact their local calls. And we can even make a website for them that shows they're a WordPress specialist, so they can have a site with their own domain on it to go back and say, look, here's my site, here's my email, call me if you're interested. It's only like $49 a year. And they'll mass up customers like you had never seen before. There's lots of ways to make money on the internet. Because that's the one I've been using, and it works great.
Absolutely. And Bill says, unfortunately, I'm no salesman.
See, and that's the biggest problem. You may not be a salesman, but if I put them in a funnel that automatically sends them emails, you can answer the emails, Bill, can't you? I think the answer is yes.
Bang. Absolutely.
That's the problem. Most domainers aren't salesmen, so you're not alone, Bill. That's quite normal.
So let us start seeing the questions, and those would be domains. Yes. Here we go. This one. Cryptographictechnology.com, digitalarttechnology.com, and NFT.
NFTs. Okay. That's a new thing. It's NFTs are what they're called. NFTs are digital art and digital things, one-offs that people sell online. They're the next thing as far as crypto goes, and NFTs are huge. You guys can Google them later. NFTs is a thing. NFT is, the gift card is good. Clearly, based on this, Meskonis is interested in anything to do with graphics and online digital art, which is what NFTs are. So I'll say those are all three good domain names. Digital art technology, by the way, Meskonis just got a whole hell of a lot better because of NFTs. Nobody really knew what digital art was before NFTs, and now it's huge. Good names. Hold on to the NFT gift cards and digital art technology. For the rest of you, start Googling what NFTs are, and you'll be surprised. It's a whole huge industry.
Have you got any NFT domain names?
Yeah, I do. I've got some, and I've got some offers out on some other ones actually.
And which ones?
I'd have to look. I picked up some. I learned about NFTs about a month ago,
Okay.
and I picked up a bunch of them, but I don't know which ones. I'll have to look. I'll find them for the next show. But NFTs are really good. It's a lot like what .crypto is doing, and they're basically selling paintings or unique things like a Hank Aaron baseball card or something unique that you can get and post, and there's only one of, and that's an NFT.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. electrichydrogenvehicles.com. Electric hydrogen car.
I think we've seen this before. Let me come back to it.
Do they actually mix hydrogen and electric? They are two different technologies, aren't they?
Well, I'm going to say that Meskonis is pretty good at doing his research, so I'm not positive.
Okay.
I don't know if those two go together, but chances are they do because he's pretty good at his research. So I'll say he knows what he's talking about, and if they do, that's pretty good names. Electric hydrogen vehicles, electric hydrogen car. My guess is he's done his research or seen it somewhere, so probably good.
Okay.
And I don't mind 3-word domain names. Mint Digital Art, again, all to do with NFTs, and that's what's coming out.
Pick up. First sale. And did you buy, Freeman is asking, did you buy 5,000 domains after that $25,000 sale?
Are you talking about the one to Kevin Ham or which 25K sale? I mean,
I kind of missed it as well.
So he may be talking about some of the sales. I think I sold $100,000 worth of domains to Kevin Ham back in the early days. What I did with the money, I would have probably bought some more domains, yes.
And what did you do with it?
I don't know. I'd have to look. Are you talking
invested into Bitcoin?
No. This would have been long before Bitcoin. Yes. This would have been
even before. Okay.
We're talking like early 2000s, so I would have bought more domains with it, yes. And I'm sure I bought some really good ones because I've owned some really great ones in my time. So there was a time where I was buying, and this is a true story, 2letter.coms. I was buying for $2,500 to $3,000. The problem is I was selling them for 10 and thinking I was getting a great deal at the time instead of just holding on to them all. So we live and we learn. Now they're worth $1 million a piece almost.
Have you bought any 2 letters?
In the last
week? Yes.
Couple of weeks. I did see one come through that's dropping in a few days. I think it's rx.ag, and RX is pharmacy, like prescriptions. So I thought that was good, but I did not do anything with it yet. And now I've just told the world on here that it's dropping. So who knows what I'm going to do. But I probably bought some, yes.
Okay. Bill was saying this one, and then after your comment.
Yeah. So Bill, you can answer the emails, so we're good. And I've talked to you before. You are quite a conversationalist. Despite you think that you're not a salesman, you're just a straight, honest, straightforward guy. And by the way, Bill has a lot of morals and ethics. We did a deal, and then I got busy with other stuff, and I said, look, I'm not going to have time. He said, well, thank you for letting me back out of the deal. So he's a great guy. So I think if you're just honest with people, Bill, you'll be able to learn how to sell.
Okay. So non-fungible tokens.
Yes. Massager. I don't know what that is. Massager Montana or something. MT. RMT. Oh, Massage RMT. That's what it is.
Okay.
So anybody who is RMT is a registered massage therapist. You have to have that designation to give massages legitimately, not for the kind you get in a sex shop, but for the legitimate ones. So if it's Massage RMT, that would be a good domain name. Or yeah.
Freeman, you once said when emailing buyers not to put the domain name in the subject of an email. Why not? Also, how do you explain the value of a good domain fit for the company? How do they benefit? Thank you.
So there may be a few parts to this. So when emailing a buyer, you want the subject line to stand out. So you don't want it to look spammy or anything like that. But if it's something like, let's use one of the domains that we had. What was it? Augusta Tutor, since it was his
Okay.
name. You once said email. So I would say something like, I would ask a question about their tutor business, something related to what subjects do you tutor in Augusta, and then I would go in, because then they're going to open the email, they're going to read it because now they think it may be somewhat business related, and say, look, I own, or the person who owned Augusta Tutor, tutors.com, no longer using the name, and it may bring valuable leads to your business. We have people that are going there. They're looking for tutors in Augusta, and I thought this would be a good match for you. Let me know if you're interested. And then from there, I would just wait and let them get back to you, and then follow up with a phone call. I wouldn't say right in the email, augustatutors.com for sale, because right away they're probably not going to be interested. They're either going to be the tiny 1% that may be interested right away, or they're going to be the 99% that thinks it's spam and just dump it. So why not? Also, how do you explain the value of a good domain fit for the company? Okay, so I wouldn't go into detail like I've seen in some of the emails with all the stats and all the clicks and all the CPC. The best way to go into it originally is, I noticed you're spending money, $80 a month or whatever it is, or on trying to buy keywords for Augusta Tutor. I have the exact domain match, and you could save that money by owning the domain name and getting leads directly. Do you want to take out the middleman, which is Google? And you can log into SpyFu. You get 2 or 3 free ones a day where you can go and you can put in their web address. It'll tell you how much they're spending. And now you know they're spending because you Googled them under Augusta Tutor, and it shows that they're paying for an ad. So then you know almost exactly how much they're spending and how much you can save them. So if they're spending like $180 a month to buy it, you can certainly sell them a $300 domain name, or a $500 or an $800 one, depending what they're selling. But the idea is to, and if they're not interested in selling, again, offer them lead generation. Look, if you make $1,000 a student, and I send you 5 students because you're charging $11.50 for your course, will you give me $50 or $100 per student? And that's a good way too. And make it clear that you don't want the money unless they get the student. Otherwise, it's just leads that don't pan out to anything.
Okay, thank you. And Bill is saying, Mazana, to our watcher, I just registered cryptograph technology.
Yeah, I mean, it's education for both of us. I can tell you guys that this is very normal. A lot of times I see domains registered for other CCTLDs or TLDs or COM, and I go, I wonder if it's taken in CA or it's taken in something else, and I find some really good domain names. By the way, going back to last week's show, I think that you guys now believe me about passport and vaccination passports, or vaccine passports. It's all over the news here that every country is starting to implement them. So I gave you a good tip last week, and it's taken off, and people are really starting to have vaccine passports in every country. So keep that one, and make sure if you did get something related to it that you keep it or sell it, because it's going to be good.
But who would buy them? Who would buy that domain name?
It's not necessary. So there's a few different uses for vaccine passports. Certainly the governments would be interested in owning the right one. I own coronavirus.ca, and I get a ton of traffic on it, whereas the government uses some weird thing. Yeah, and I'm telling you, a ton of traffic on this name.
Okay.
And then, so there's
coronavirus.ca.
Yeah. I bought it. I got that. I got coronaviruses with a plural, even though I didn't know there were going to be more variants. I got that. But the coronavirus.ca is a stats chart for Canada, pulls in news articles. It's just a WordPress theme, but it's really good. This virus passports, people are going to Google it, and they're going to vaccine passports. They're going to want information. Put up an AdSense sites, make some money with it. There's going to be lots of advertisers advertising everything from where to get your vaccines to governments advertising on where to get it. There's money in it. I'm not saying they're going to come to you for a vaccine passport, but I'm saying you can put information on where to get it in your country. How do you get it? What's it good for? What passports do you need in other countries to get there? They're going to show them. If you even go into a restaurant in some places, they don't have to admit you if you haven't been vaccinated. So you'll have to show it. It's going to get interesting. Short windows, so get it and use it quickly, because who knows, everyone gets vaccinated, then But I think it's a thing for the future to make sure that people have their, you carry your driver's license. Maybe it'll be eventually part of your driver's license. It shows your height, your weight, and I know in Ontario now they're not even allowed to put the sex on the driver's license because some people don't want to be identified as one or the other. So maybe they'll eventually put your vaccine information. Who knows?
Okay. Here you go.
That's true, Bill.
So, Freeman saying, don't feel bad about
Yeah.
domains.
No, and you can't.
No.
No, he's right, because you can't. Listen, there's lots
Okay.
of domains that I have now that are worth millions of dollars, so I can't look back on the ones that I sold. I bought something for 1,500 or 2,000, sold it for 10 or 12,000. At the time, it was good money and it was a profit.
Yes.
But if I always wanted to look back on mistakes I made, then I would spend all my time with regrets and no time moving forward. So I've learned a lot and I've moved forward a lot, and I still have some stuff that you'd be surprised that nobody knows I have. So we'll keep that there.
Before moving on with comments, I have heard that Chinese domain investors are partly selling off their NNs or something, domain names, or part of their portfolios just to get cash into for crypto.
I would believe that. I would believe that for sure, because there's a lot of crypto originates in China. Some of the exchanges originate in China.
Yes.
And some people believe in that kind of gambling over domains. Crypto is a gamble because you don't really know what it's going to do. I believe in it. I mean, I have some stuff into it. But again, it's like anything. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Buy some real estate, buy some crypto, buy some domains, do what you can with it, but don't put it all into crypto, because we already seen that a coin like Bitcoin could go from 60,000 to 15,000 like nothing. And then it can climb back up, and then people get in late, and then they lose their shirt. There's a lot of things that can happen. What's really going to influence crypto is when big stores, like there's 48 companies now that accept Dogecoin for payment. The ones that get accepted for payments and the ones that have businesses behind them, like Crypto.com, the core.
I would be really, really skeptical about Crypto.com.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them. When they actually, look at Binance. They have a real business.
Binance coin is absolutely, that is one of the most used coins, and I see that the Binance coins, the BNB hasn't got alternative use, but Crypto.com, they are offering cashback of 10 or 15% off. It means they are burning money. And burning a lot of money, but then again, you need to buy and hold their tokens in huge amounts, in huge quantities. They've raised quite a huge capital.
Okay,
but they are burning money. I do not believe their business model.
Okay, but look at Zilliqua. What about Zilliqua, who's also, you can stake it and you can get 20 or 30% with Zilliqua through Moonlit or Moonlight app, and it's really good. I've already been capitalizing, and if you have enough and you've staked enough, you get what's called a GZIL, which is like an option to actually vote as well. Okay. So Zilliqa is a good one. I like the little ones that can, if they go up a penny, you've made a fortune. Not so much, but Binance is a good one because it was at like 180 for a while. Now it's at about 260, and it goes up and down. But
BNB, I have always loved BNB coin.
I like it too. Well, it's got a network behind it. Anything with a network behind it is going to have much more value than just a coin that's like on Pancake Swap or Cake Swap or Ice Cream Swap or even Ape Swap.
And it has got a huge. Do you trade at Binance, Adam yourself?
Yeah, that's where my Zilliqa was until I moved it to Moonlit.
Of course, and if you want to cut your fees in half, you have to pay the trading fees in BNB. You have to hold some BNB.
Yeah,
in that case, the fees are cut in half. And
the best place I look for fees is I go to CoinGecko and I look at the bottom and see which exchange has the lowest fees for that trade, and then I do it through whatever it is. One of the ones that XLM has an extremely low cost for doing exchanges. XLM is almost nothing for converting XLM.
But then you can go to some. But then there are some exchanges that haven't got fees at all, but their volumes are so low. And you have to sit there forever and wait.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
So that's the reason why people use Kraken and Binance. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Let us
go back to domains.
I love BNB. Oh, okay. And So, Josh.
To smoking cigarette butts only? I'd have to get something.
Sounds like a joke.
Honestly, no. Even if it's not a joke, I would say smoking butts is
What?
awesome. Because you want to see somebody with a smoking butt. There you go. That's a brandable.
Okay, Nazar.
Sacramento Aquarium is good, but again, very few buyers for that domain name. I assume there is a Sacramento Aquarium, so that narrows it down to probably one or two who could actually buy it. Chicago Pancakes. I don't know if it's like Chicago Pizza, where it's so popular in Chicago that pancakes are there. But again, you're better off sticking to services if you're trying to sell names or flip them, like Sacramento Plumber, Sacramento Vet, Sacramento Orthodontist, Pediatrician, whatever. Those are easier flip names than something like Chicago Pancakes or Sacramento Aquarium.
Yes. There is Jim. Jim, I do not see your. I saw the two question marks, but I do not see your question. If you
Actually,
could.
the reason I married my wife is because she has a smoking butt. That's true. She'll tell you. That's the reason.
Okay. So, cope.com.
Cough.com.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, he's telling him to.
Okay. Are you getting blocked from the listing corona-related domains?
Yes. The answer is yes. Sato doesn't allow it. Most people don't allow it because they don't want you to profit from the coronavirus. I don't think it's smart. I think they should do a better filter on which ones. If it's an information site for people, you're not going to list it on Sato anyway. But if you're just buying domains to sell, like somebody's trying to sell a fake corona vaccine or something like that, yeah, I don't agree with. I don't agree with that kind of crap. But for an information site, I'm not getting blocked because I'm not putting it on a park page. It's an actual live site.
Okay. So where can you actually advertise your corona-related domains?
Honestly, I don't. It depends what it is. For my coronavirus.ca, I don't have to advertise it anywhere. It's like, I mean, when people Google it, it's really top of the list, and I get a ton of traffic to it. I'm probably going to turn it into a complete Corona Amazon site soon for masks and for everything to do with Corona. Masks and can cleaner and everything. Because at the worst, I get them cookied, and then they go for somewhere else for 30 days, and I get whatever they buy. So I may do that with all the traffic. I'm talking huge traffic to the site, and it's not decreasing week over week at all. So I had a guy offer me $100 for it long before when the coronavirus was just starting, and I said, "Yeah, no thanks," and I just laughed and hung up. So there you go.
And you didn't even allow him to make better offer?
No. It's at that point, like I know, I didn't know how long it was going to last or how huge it was going to be, but it's certainly not something I would sell for that price. Never.
Okay. And make an email, adam@coronavirus.ca.
I don't think I want to be known as being related to the coronavirus. That's like when I owned assholes.com. I didn't want to be adam@assholes.com. I just used it to post stuff when people were nasty. I would post things to get my money back or get things back from people that got ripped off, and it always worked because they also didn't want to get indexed with their company and the word asshole attached. And it would come up first.
Talking about websites, I actually found an idea on teens.co.uk. I have just put up a CMS, a professional job platform.
Okay.
So where to put the job ads, and just have to, as with all the websites, with communities, you just have to push. I have to start putting in the first content on it, and everything is prepared. I need to put up first ads. I'll do some marketing, some Facebook ads, and it will be good. It will be good.
Yeah, I just looked at
it. Everything is prepared. Everything is prepared.
I just looked at
from
it.
logo. Yes.
Nice colors. Pink, blue, yellow.
It will be simple and very effective. Like everything is done there. Just the content now, and hopefully it will roll. I have this one classified ads system, and it just lives its own life. and Alexa ranking is like 95,000 or something. Just
Yeah.
and hopefully one day it grows really big. Those are my perfect websites. So you can work on your own stuff and then just have hobby things. Okay, and
Well, I mean, you probably could, but isn't it easier just to put up a page there saying the domain's for sale and not worry about it? Because you don't know you're going to get the
Okay.
traffic from Afternic or
Yes.
from Sado. So
Okay, Jim, please put up your question one more time. We do not. So I do not pass any questions. YouTube does block them. YouTube does block them, and or put your domains and just put the domain names and say these are all comms, something like that.
why does
just
YouTube
work
block
it
them?
out.
Because it's a domain name or what?
No, spam comments. There are like YouTube is having huge problems with spam comments, and plus there are lots of bots. There are lots of bots made for commenting live streams to promote channels, to promote ideas, political ideas, like lots and lots.
So they think they're just trying to spam the channel.
Yes, absolutely. And YouTube's now one of the main missions is to keep live comments as clean as possible, and that's understandable. And they are doing grand job, really great job. And there is one problem for the moment in Europe. There are lots and lots of political opposition parties who start using anti-vaccination in promoting their good name.
Well, it's like everything. Now they're using that like capital punishment and abortion. They're using vaccination and anti-vaxxers. I mean, it's big in the U.S. too, not so much in Canada.
And in France, I believe that now in France only 30% are pro-vaccination. So 70% of the people are against the vaccines.
Yeah, until somebody in their family gets the disease, and then they'll be pro. It's I'm not saying yay or nay. I think it's up to a person's individual choice. But I don't have polio because I got the vaccine, so I can only go by that. But this is an experimental vaccine. You've already got AstraZeneca is having blood clots all over the place. So and now people want to be able to choose which vaccine they get because they're all being used as guinea pigs.
Not all over the place. The cases are so huge, and yes.
Well, in Canada, we've got 3 or 4 vaccines we can get, and everyone wants the Pfizer one. They're afraid to get AstraZeneca and a couple other ones. So, I mean, who wants a vaccine that's 72% reliable when you can get 98 with Pfizer or 96 with Moderna? You want 72? I guess it's better than nothing, but that's not exactly safe. And you can get blood clots. It's tough.
Okay, I will not comment this. I have a.
No, go ahead. I'm interested in your opinion.
I have a man I respect really well, and he works as an advisor, like almost that close to AstraZeneca. Super, and I did ask him about this thing, as I thought maybe he would come and talk to Latvian community.
Well, probably they're just highlighting the really negative cases is what they're highlighting.
And he said that there are some really there is an ugly side now to all these attacks in AstraZeneca. Really ugly side, and many people
money based. I'm sure. Yes. I'm sure it's money based.
Okay, but I'm not a medical prof. This is something.
You play one on TV though. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm really afraid to say anything when you know that is not your field.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so very good. Come on, Adam.
What's that about?
Okay, back to hey guys, late apart again. It's unacceptable, John. Unacceptable. bad boy.
You can always rewatch.
Of course. But when you're rewatching, there is no way for you to leave a live comment.
I've said this before. Frank Mishlik is one of the smartest guys in the domain industry and an excellent writer. Amazon has really limited their affiliate payouts. I know they dropped them in half last year. Yeah. I mean, has really limited their affiliate payouts yeah, that's when they changed the percentages that a lot of categories got, and a lot of affiliates got really pissed off with them. They figured, well, we have them at this price, people are buying anyway, let's just cut the commission of these people, and that was one of the issues. So Frank's right as usual. That did happen.
Okay. This is a good comment. Let us, if it doesn't, if it doesn't go to domains. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, neither one of us are specialists in the forensic area.
Absolutely. So, why we can't sell domain using ads like LinkedIn ads? Because you can target through jobs and businesses.
Well, I didn't know we couldn't. I haven't tried to, but I would think if I had like a movie cinema or anything else that I want to do that wasn't a trademark, I would think you'd be able to target it. Somebody I know, a friend of mine, Michael, he bought a billboard for racism.com and put it up on a billboard for sale, and he got a lot of attention and traffic through that.
Okay.
That's Michael Neal, by the way, and he owns a large funeral home in Pittsburgh, and he's put racism up and got some huge attention for it. But I didn't know we couldn't sell domains using ads. That's interesting. I don't see why they would limit that.
Of course. Okay, that is done. That is that topic. We don't talk about this topic. Okay. Okay, so what are your ideas for the Art of Name Facebook group roadmap?
So there's lots of things that we're going to be doing, including probably giving you daily lists of filtered names that are good, either for starting a business or for flipping. We're also going to be doing a bunch of little short videos on little topics like how to optimize your LinkedIn profile for business, how to sell domain names to certain types of people, the values of things like appraisals. We're going to cover all kinds of different topics that are current, as well as go through processes in more detail than we can do in an hour on a video, and also to be able to be there to answer all of your questions and concerns regarding your own domains and how we can help sell those, and how I can help guide you into a path to help you guys be successful with both buying and selling. So it'll be more of a detailed group than we can possibly do in a video. I've also got a 3-day course that I taught on how to sell domains and become a broker. It's like, I think it's about 24 hours of video that I taught a course, and people paid about $25,000 per person to go to the course. So I'm probably going to make that available for you guys to look at. There's lots of cool stuff and things that I've done that I think you guys will find interesting, and you'll get at least 1 or 2 things out of each video. So I'm open to your ideas on roadmaps as well. I'm open to topics the same as we are here on the show. So anything that you're interested in, somebody else is probably interested as well. So there's lots of stuff that we can cover, and that's a great question, David.
Okay. So, and why?
Yeah, so Bill bought 2 of these names recently, and they're both good names.
So what do you think? NY.st.
I think it's good because to me it means New York State. To other people it means something else. So I think it can be. There's a whole bunch of
street as well.
Yeah. The problem for Bill is he's already got go.la. That alone takes like a whole lifetime to build, and all these other ones are going to be good. So he has to, if he wants to sell one or build them all, he has to hopefully find somebody who can do it, has the time, or may want to take on a project of their own building out one of these things. But these are good names. ny.st is a good name.
Absolutely. So the next time we'll be doing, we'll be taking a domain name.
Yeah.
And we'll be putting on a website, building a website and all the good stuff, and we'll find the leads. So all we need is just one domain name submitted by users.
Yeah, I have it. I have them already. I've got the list from last week, and somebody else emailed me a couple or 1 or 2 emails today and yesterday.
That Geo one, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was Davenport something or other, if I recall. My memory's pretty good. So we'll take a look. We'll pick something based on how many people it is, and then we'll decide where we're going to list it, how we're going to sell it, whether we're going to use Flippa, whether we're going to use Sato, GoDaddy, and then how we're going to aggressively determine a list of people to contact, how we're going to contact them, what are we going to say to them, what's going to happen in the phone calls, what are we going to say in the emails. And we're going to do that until completion of the sale. However long that takes, we will follow it through and document it.
Done. Okay, so that is all. That is all for today. It looks like that was the last comment. Adam, any roundup sentences, best wishes?
No, I wish everybody a very happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you guys have green. I'm going to have to go out and buy a green shirt. Other than that, as they say, happy domaining and stay healthy, everybody.
Stay healthy and be careful with your Tulamurdu and with all that good stuff.
And whatever you do, don't take vaccine info from us.
All the best, everybody. See you next Wednesday.
Bye-bye.